Hey now, Bobby back from The Difference is Doing It. Today, I'm in the kitchen with a bunch of discs and some pots boiling on the stove because I'm going to try to fix some of the warped used discs that came in the mail. And some of them come kind of crappy. So I got a couple different discs, a couple different types of plastic, and I've researched a couple different methods on how to fix the warp in these discs. This one's starting to taco on the rim, you can see that. So I'm going to go through 3 different methods that I learned. I've tried a couple of them out already. You know, hopefully we can learn a couple things along the way and figure out how to fix some of these warped discs. Look, the water's already starting to go. I got to turn it down a little. Okay, so here's some of the things that you're going to need. First, warped disc off disc. Next, a couple dish rags, a couple weights, or you can use some books or something. I got 2 different cake or pie pans here. One that's big enough for the disc to sit in and it doesn't touch the sides. And then also, we'll need a saucer that's kind of domey like that. 1 regular plate, and then this, you can use another cake pan, but the reason I'm using this colander here is because it's just the right diameter around to sit on the rim and not on the flight plate. And then the last thing you'll need is 1 fresh cut can of green beans. We're going with Del Monte, but it's up to you. Okay, so the first thing you need to do for this first method we're going to try out is bring the water to a boil. Now I got 2 pots going because I'm going to try 2 discs here at once, and then also I got a kettle of boiling water going right there. So this water is already at a boil. Woo! Look at the steam. Oh yeah, look at that. And now just so I don't light anything on fire, turn that down a little. Okay, next, take your dish rags. The only purpose for this is so that the disc doesn't touch the edges of the boiling hot pan and melt the plastic of the disc. So just get, you know, a knife or something and tap it down in so that the water is on top of the towel. Oh yeah. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing with this pan over here, being very careful of the fire. Okay. Got it on film! So, next thing you do is you take your crappy kind of warped disc, you set it carefully on top of the water, like that. And then, so it's floating, and then you take your boiling water from the kettle and pour it on top and fill the bowl. Right to the brim. Because that rim was functified, we're going to take this plate and set it right on top, and then take the canned beans. Oh my goodness. The canned beans took it all the way to the bottom. Well, that one's going to be an experiment. The next disc is this domed out Avenger. Totally different plastic. We'll slip this guy in here. Pour the water on. Nice. Okay, and then those should sit for like a half hour to an hour. And then we'll take them out and see how they look. And then we're supposed to put them right into the refrigerator after that, so that it cools down real quick and holds its new form. So while that stuff is sitting, instead of just staring at it, we're going to try out one of these other methods. This next method is for helping fix a rim that's all bent. You can see this one wobbles when I touch it on the one side. What we're going to do is we're going to fill the disc up with some water, which I'll do over here at the sink. Doesn't have to be a ton, you can see that. Oh, no, now you can see that. And then I'm going to take that disc and I'm going to stick it in the microwave. Oh yeah. And then I'm going to cook it for 1 minute. I know you heard that beat. I think she done. Oh yeah. Okay, careful because the water's hot. Dump that in the sink. Some of it on the floor. Dry it off. And then lay it on something flat. And then take your thing that's the same size as the rim and set it on there. Line her up nice. And then take your weight. Stick it on top of that. Alright, it's nice and even. And then give that puppy like a good old-fashioned half hour. And then take it off, which we're going to come back and do in a little bit. So we'll have these, and then we'll have this. And in the meantime, that's where this stuff comes into play. This one is for flattening a disc, which at one point this Discraft Meteor was. Now it's kind of wavy and sort of crappy. In this technique, what you need to do is get a boiling tea kettle of water, and then have, your one big cake pan that the disc fits in, and the edges of it don't touch. And then take your disc and set her like, right there in the middle. And then take your boiling water, pour it right in there. Oh yeah. So that it fills and then goes over the edges a little bit. Oh, is that making anyone else have to pee? Okay. And then take this cake pan and set her right on top of that guy. It is not touching the edges anywhere. And then take your weight and set it on there. Oh, now that is a perfect fit. Yeah, okay. Bam! And now we're going to let that bad boy sit for about a half hour. And then we're going to take it out and check it. And then we'll see which of these methods kind of work the best. And then I got a couple other discs that we can, try this stuff on. And we're going to try to flatten and dome these two when we get back. Hey now, we're back. We're going to start to peel some of these out and see how we did. So first comes off the weight, and then comes off the cake pan, and then comes out the disc. It's pretty flat. I think that worked pretty good. Materially better. Alright, big win. Now, let's address this guy. Take the weight off. Take the perfectly shaped pan off. This one, the rim was the problem. Came out pretty good too. So that method worked pretty well at flattening the rim. I said now to put them in the fridge so that they cool in the same position. So I'm going to do that. Now, let's address the discs in the pots. I think I'm going to do this one first, the easy one. Okay, this one just was sitting in the boiling water and then had boiling water inside the bowl in the dome. But that one looks way better than it did when it started. Way better. Alright, I'm putting it in the fridge. Next comes the one under the can of beans. Out comes the plate. Out comes the bisque. That one came out really good too. The dome is still pretty domey. I'm going to put this one in the fridge too. I tried to fix the dome on this one that's warped and hopefully round off the dome and then the rim as well. So it's going to be similar. We're going to first take the disc that we want to fix the dome on and fill it with some water. Okay, and then take that disc and stick it in the microwave for a minute. Okay, she done. Carefully take it and dump the water in the sink. Dry it off. And then take it and and center it on the saucer so that the under part of the saucer is pushing up centered on the dome. And then take your pie pan or cake pan, or in my case colander, that's the exact size of the rim, perfect. Set it on there. And then put your weight on top. Bang! Nice. Now we'll give that bad boy like a half hour or so. And then we'll come back, check them out, and the other one's in the fridge. And, you know, we may have fixed some warped discs here. Alright. Hey now, we're back again. We got these guys here that have been sitting here for a little over a half hour. I'm going to go with the one we're trying to flatten first. Yeah, that's pretty flat. It came out pretty stinking flat. So that's two with this method that... Oh yeah, that rim is... That was dumb. Okay, so that guy came out pretty good. Let's move on to the one we were trying to dome out. Off comes the weight. Off comes the cake pan. Man, that method works really good too. The dome looks really even now. Before it had a big wobble on one side. Let's grab the discs out of the refrigerator. Alright, so that's 6 discs that all came out in much better shape from 3 different methods. I hope, can you tell that I'm impressed looking through them all? I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. I'm kind of learning this stuff as I go, but while none of them are perfect, they are all definitely much, much better than when they started. The ones that we wanted to flatten got flat. The ones that we wanted to dome got domier. And the rims that we wanted to flatten got flattened as well. So, hope that was helpful, and have some fun cooking discs. We'll catch you the next time. Keep doing it, guys.
Oh.
Heartbreaker!
Oh no.